Hey everybody, it's time for some crypto trading. Had some movement overnight. I haven't looked at the charts yet, but I'm excited to see what the day brings. Where's my camera? There we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? Can't see the top of my head. There we go, that's better. Morning everyone. We have had some movement overnight. I do know that. Hey Japple, how's it going? Haven't had a chance to look at these charts yet. I am happy to announce, over on the Onyx trading platform, I'm now considered a coach. My status has been upgraded to Onyx Coach. Super proud, super stoked. And if I'm all it takes to be a coach, man, you guys should all be coaches pretty darn soon, I would think. Alright. Today we'll start off like every other day. Take a look at the DXY. Let me just share my screen. Alright. So I haven't entered into any new trades overnight. Nothing's been triggered. I have a few trade ideas open. I'm waiting to see the price come into my zones. If you look at Bitcoin, we see price came down into the zone I'm targeting. Not quite where I want it yet, but it came down into it. And the interesting thing is, we didn't see a huge move up on the DXY. Interesting. But looking at the charts in general, I remember opening my eyes about an hour ago with my morning coffee and seeing a sea of red. It looks pretty green right now, but changes are only minuscule. So we've had a bit of a dip overnight, but the DXY hasn't jumped up. So, what does that tell me? Well, unfortunately, I think lower prices are coming. Lower prices are definitely on the way. A lot of those altcoins don't look particularly great. That is for sure. They didn't look great last night. I'm sure they look worse this morning. So looking at Bitcoin, yep, my ideas here are still pretty valid, I think. I'll definitely be waiting for Bitcoin to go a bit lower. I can see here price did react off this level, but they didn't go further enough or far enough into my, what is this? This is the demand zone. They didn't go far enough into the demand zone to pick up my price, even if this was set, even if my entry price was set to 50% of this block, which I would normally do when I'm not being greedy. Even if I did that, you can see here I wouldn't have got triggered in. It's alright. The price I think is currently reacting more off this particular level up here, and that is above the 50% zone, telling me what's discount and what's discount. I'm not ready to jump in yet. Not yet. Just be patient. Now it's tough. It's really hard seeing that trade come all the way up and thinking, man, I could have gotten that. No, just be patient. Just because it's bounced off that doesn't mean it's not going to come down and pick up your trade and go back up again. And that's only idea number one. One sec, guys. I think the mailman's here. Mailman was here. We got deliveries. Alright. So just be patient. Let the price come to you. Second idea is still valid going off the bottom, for sure. Now, with the current state of the market, with the DXY looking like it could jump up potentially and test higher prices, which it may do, because we're sitting here and we're playing in this supply zone, right? We are playing in here. We're just bang, bang, and we're still hammering this. Supply will run out. As it does, the more we hammer this, the more it will run out, and prices are likely to go up, meaning Bitcoin's going to go down. So this trade already is not looking like it may hold. I'll know more as I get in. Hopefully, it'll get in, trigger me in, and I can at least set to a break even. Price is down here. probably a lot more likely to hold. There's a historic level of resistance here, and I can get a 3-to-1, which I'm happy with. I could tighten up my stop, but I think actually I have a feeling the price is going to come down through here. I think it's going to actually hit down below here and then react up. That's my suspicion. And I hope we're not going to go and see lower prices than that in Bitcoin. I hope we're going to hit the 15K mark and really struggle to get below that. I hope. If we don't, where are we going? Lucky with Bitcoin, we got a whole load of history. This 15K is not the lowest that we could go. In fact, if we break these, then this is the next place down, 13.5K. If we break through that after another week, we could probably see us even hit 10K. My suspicion is that may be the lowest we'll go before we come up to eventually have a bullish run, probably up to at least here, maybe even highs. We'll see. We'll see. One step at a time. I don't know what these things up here are. Is that how far up the fib goes? Wow, that's a long way up. All right, so thinking that the prices could come down that far, do we short? No, we don't. We do not short when the prices are at an already discounted price. All right, remember we dictate our trades by whether or not we're getting a discount or a premium price. It's that simple. If you're not doing it this way, then you're scalping, and scalping has its own risks. You can make far more doing this with a much higher win rate than when scalping. I know scalping's really fun, but if you are doing it, I do encourage you guys. Scalping with 1% risk. And using a 3% risk for these more higher probability trades. That's my recommendation. That's what I'm doing. All right, so that's the plan for Bitcoin. We're going to wait for the price to come down into here. We're going to watch it carefully. Really, really, really carefully. Because I suspect this probably won't hold. So I'm going to be taking my trade here to break even as soon as possible. It'll be lovely if it does hold and bounce off here. I think if we're going to get a higher high, it's going to bounce off here. Otherwise, we're getting a lower low. And that ain't good for anybody. So if we are going to remain healthy, we're going to bounce here all the way to the top. But I'm going to set this to break even just in case. Because we could retest the lower, and if we do, I'm still thinking we could hit the top of the structure. Even if it hits lower, it's done it many times before in Bitcoin. It's hit that lower structure, and it slowly made its way to the top of the structure. It can happen again. Probably will happen again. Most of the time in Bitcoin, we're in a range, but that's Bitcoin. All right, the altcoins, that's a different story today altogether. Man, some of those are looking disastrous. Now, for ETH, similar concept for me for ETH. I'm going to wait until it gets into this zone. I'm going to take a long. This is a shorter long. This is very different from what I have planned for Bitcoin. The reason why this is different is because we have, if the price does come down into here, and I assume that it will, if the price does manage to come down, it's going to leave behind a, what is this, a demand zone. No, a supply zone, sorry. I'm always saying these back to front. I had my coffee. Come on, Chris. Price is going to dip, leaving behind a supply zone. Now, the cool thing about supply zones is they tell you exactly where the price is going to struggle to get past. So if I'm taking this particular trade here, so if price comes down, I need to make sure I can get a 3 return on my risk by hitting that demand zone, that supply zone, because the price is not going to easily go above it. So my trade here is a bit different. I'm interested in this long here and definitely at the bottom of the structure that's short there. That's my plan for ETH. And I'm suspecting these are going to get triggered in today. Probably in a couple of hours. The way that I'm seeing these price actions move, I reckon we're going to see some volatility today. I hope we do. Because I'm sick of sitting here waiting. That's for sure. On the other hand, it gives me ample opportunity to go live life. Yesterday I did my charts and I took my kid to the gym and then we had a swim. That was awesome. You took my sell on BTC? Awesome. I assume the ones that were up here, yeah? Was that your first win? Funny, people are going to start watching these streams and then they're going to realize, oh shit, this guy can predict the future. I can't, guys. I can't predict the future. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. What I can tell you is when a trade is in premium price, when it's a discounted price, and which trades are likely to actually give you a profit. I can tell you that. But I'm not going to sit here and try to predict where the price can go. Markets, as Nick always tells us, markets are completely random. You can have the best TA in the world, but markets are random. The important thing though is learning this TA, right? Learning this TA gives you an edge, and if you can get confident in your edge, you can make more consistent and more frequent trades. When I first started off in Onyx doing this trading system, I lost most of my account size. I took a lot of trades. It took me a long time to realize which trades I shouldn't be taking, and when I got rid of them, well, I started doing well. Alright, looking at some of the altcoins. For a lot of the last few weeks, we've been looking at these altcoins, and I've been saying, not yet, not yet, not yet. Some of these are starting to shore up into becoming some pretty good coins to watch, and I'll show you why. So you have Matic, and I've been waiting for Matic to test the bottom of this structure for a long time. I'm not willing to take a long here at all, but I am going to straighten up my line. Alright, so we've been tapping into this particular demand zone, right? This is demand zone. Prices come up from it, meaning people want to buy at this price because they consider this price to be a good price. When prices rise too quickly, they're like, nope, too expensive for me. And like, I want to buy at this price. But we've hit it this once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times we've hit it. Last couple of times we've been sitting up here. So the demand zone seems to have become stronger. Doesn't always happen. Doesn't usually happen. But with the Bitcoin prices coming down, and they've got further to go, like we could easily hit down here and we could easily hit down here. Even this trade here is a bit risky. I'm starting to think maybe I should just take this trade off. I'll work my way through that. I'll figure that out. But if that trade falls through, Matic is going to drop and it's not going to stop. It's going to go all the way to the bottom of its structure, and I am going to pick up the tastiest discount that you can imagine. I'm going to target, there's 3 target zones here, right? We got this one. So last down candle before a massive upswing, leaving a huge imbalance right there. Right here, last down candle before we came up and broke structure. That's this guy right here. And these are on the 4 hours, so these are big zones. And finally, the one that I really want, last down candle before a big break in structure right here. Those are my 3 Matic zones. I'm thinking if we can break free or break through this discounted price zone, any of these could be winners. I'm not going to put a trade on these just yet. I'm just going to wait and see. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. I don't even need to catch the first bounce. If the price comes down and bounces off the bottom, it doesn't matter. Well, actually, it's better that I didn't put my trades on these ones because it would have broken right through my stop loss. Just wait and see. If the price comes into this one, just wait and see. Is it going to react? If it does react, if the price does bounce off, then you can quickly put your trade in, and it will come back, retest, and then fire off again. You know, we're patient and fearless, and by fearless I mean we're not afraid of missing out. That's the key. That's the big key to make you a better trader. Don't fear missing a trade, ever. Because opportunities come up all the time, and you will make money. If you follow our method, you'll make money. Thanks, mate. I speak from experience. I'm telling you how to stop losing money. And that's probably the biggest key into becoming a better trader. How to stop losing money. Not how to make better trades. You can make trades by complete accident. You can put a trade on right now and you've got a 50% chance of losing your stock. Wait to well, it depends. Yeah, wait to see for Matic, right? I have time. Matic's not my only option. If this was Bitcoin, Bitcoin seems to lead the way, so I'm more inclined to test on Bitcoin and maybe put it along here. I'm more inclined to do that. Not saying I'll definitely do that every time, but I'm more inclined to do it. For Matic, it doesn't lead the way. So no point me guessing here what Matic is going to do when I haven't seen what Bitcoin is going to do. If Matic makes it down to this level, and I see Bitcoin going bullish, well, hell, I'll be looking for a bullish way to get in on this, going all the way to the top. If Matic makes it all the way to the bottom, and Bitcoin's still got a while to fall, I am not going long. Bitcoin's like our signal. So it's not just wait and see how Matic does. It's more wait and see what Bitcoin's about to do when Matic hits these zones. I'm going to keep Matic there though because it's becoming more and more of a good coin to watch. It's looking very sexy to me. It's good that we're in this position now. We're actually in a position where we are ready to take on a massive trade. Like this could be huge, from the bottom all the way to the top. That could be huge. It's going to take a while for that trade to fulfill, but it's going to be great watching it. All right. So other coins on my radar was Twit. Someone please tell me the right name for this coin because I've been calling it Twit. Why did I like Twit? Oh yeah, because this is probably a good opportunity for a short, but I didn't get those orders filled. Still waiting. I still think we could easily come up and retest this 60% zone. All right, we'll look at BNB next. One of the other reasons why I liked the TWT, or Twit as I like to call it, is because it seemed like it was new on Bybit. And had a lot of volume. Volume has dried up a little bit, but I mean, not bad. 76k on the derivatives versus 46k on the ETH derivative. Not bad. Okay. Let's look at BNB. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are it's coming into discounted prices. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Finally. It only took Binance nearly going out of business to give us discounted prices. That's my thoughts. And you know what? I've been pretty solid on those thoughts so far. Hey. I love it when the price does what my picture said. I love that. These stops got taken out for sure. They are no longer there. These stops, they may be there. But they're not there anymore. They're over here. Because what's happened is price has come through, taking these stops out, and we've got this zone here, which is a fairly congruent zone with the previous. It's all very close together. And people put their stops under there. Why? Because they saw that this was a level over here. And they assumed that we were going to get a turnaround. So we've got stops under here. If people want to exchange their BNB for ETH or for USDT, these stops are going to get taken. Easily. This stop here, this one that I have already thought of ages ago, like a month ago, it's not going to be so easy to break. It's a huge demand zone. Massive demand zone. In fact, I think it's the lowest demand zone we've had. Yeah. That's what I'm targeting. And you know where I'm going to take it? All the way to the top. All the way there. So I'm waiting for that. I'm not interested in these small orders yet. We haven't even had a big reaction off these prices. That's the other thing too. If this was a zone that was going to push us up, where are we? Just zooming in. All right. If this was a zone that was going to push us up, I would have expected a bigger push up. We've had mediocre little steps and then a swing failure on the hourly. Not a great sign. It did manage to come up, break structure again, even highs. That does tell me that we have stops here, and we have stops, hey, here. Why is that important? Because it's likely the price might actually come and do this now. Because of those even highs, those stops could get taken out, leading into people to falsely think that we're going higher. And if that does happen, it hasn't happened yet, but if that does happen, then we're going to create stops here that may get taken out before we go lower. But we don't have those stops yet, so I'm not going to add them in. That's just what I think will happen. But just because I think that will happen doesn't mean I'm going to go and put my money on it. No way. 50% line is here. I'm not going to be doing a long because Bitcoin is bearish as hell. So I am waiting for this to enter my zone, and I'm going to be patient. If you notice on this one, I've got my entry price at the very top of the order block. So I haven't targeted 50% of my order block here. I've targeted the top. Sorry to ask, but can you also say the price of what you're thinking? Because sometimes I only listen. Oh, like the price of BNB? The price of BNB is what we're talking about right now. I can do that. No problem. Any other coins you guys want to take a look at? Anything on your radar that you're watching? I mean, I got tons. So many. I don't know why I bookmarked sand. I wasn't really interested in sand too much. GMT's broken my heart. I mean, I got a great short on it. Could have got a really great short on it because I shorted at the top here. It's broken my heart because of this new structure. Look at these steps. Looks like a step class. We're not here to get fit, we're here to get rich. Slowly. LTC, I haven't covered LTC yet. Okay, so the GMT, I'll just quickly look at this one. Just quickly. The GMT, we are not doing anything just yet. Well, I am not doing anything. GMT, we had a great short, came down to the bottom here. Price of all the, yeah, we'll do a full price review of all the coins I'm watching. Now I loved GMT. I thought this was a brilliant coin. I don't care what it does. I just really liked this structure here. We had this beautiful structure where it came up here and we'd evened the whole way. It seemed like it ranged for a long time, and that's what I really liked. Looking at where I took I've taken all of my my lines off from the discounted prices to the premium prices. But I really, I think I had a line in the middle here, right here. And I was just watching it range. It came in and took that. You have to watch my previous streams to see how I did this one because I can't remember. But it's broken through, and it's broken through again. So where is GMT going, and is it worth investing in right? Well, I don't know about investing, but is it worth trading right now? No, not quite. We had this new structure here, but we haven't confirmed a bottom. Once we confirm a bottom, we can probably have a look at what we can trade. It could be that this is the top. It could be. So we could be seeing something like this, but it doesn't seem like enough volume for me anyway. So GMT is a wait and see, and I did not mean to rhyme. I can do better than that. Litecoin. We'll look at FMT. That was another one on my radar because we're in discounted prices. This one I'm watching because it does have a really nice top of the structure, and we're nearing the bottom of the structure for FMT. So this bad boy here, I am very interested in. That's why it's fourth on the top of my list. I have a feeling it's going to do exactly what Bitcoin does. It's going to hit the bottom of its structure, and I think it's going to fly. Well, I don't know about fly, but it's definitely going to react. Nothing's going to fly right now. That's the thing. The other place you could look is not look, but the other place you could take a trade would be here, but it's not strong enough. It was a strong reaction off there, and that's at the 0.18 level. The way I figure is if the price does come down for FMT into this 0.18 level, probably going to break through. I'm going to break right through and go right test the bottom. And when I say test the bottom, we could just see a tiny little mosquito bite come in. Just do a little test. So if I'm going to take a long on this one, probably going to do something like this. From the top, maybe, if I can. Let's have a look. Because we don't need to give it a huge amount of leeway down there. Look, we can probably do this. We can get a 3-to-1 there. But I'm also fairly greedy. There's a lot of different opportunities here. So I don't need to do that. I don't need this trade. So I'm going to go 50%. This is how I talk myself through trying to get a great trade. Wanting to get into a trade versus wanting to get the best trade. So that's a 5 risk to reward ratio there. If you really wanted to and you were super keen on getting into FMT, watch it in this space, in this first one here. And you can do a long right there. Because it could be that this is the point where we see it turn around. You can get a lovely 4.73 risk to reward right there. But I'm not going to put that on. I'm just going to watch. And I'll show you what we're looking for again. Price to come down into here. Range. Push off with a nice big firm push up. Come back down, pick up my trade, and then go probably up to here. And then to the moon. Or at least just let me exit my trade and then figure out what to do next. That's for FMT. Looking at Litecoin. Yeah, it's not. Oh, this is one of the ones that isn't looking too bad. So, 2 lines here. The first line down here was the 50% mark. And everything above there was premium prices. I wanted to short at the top, but I wasn't watching Litecoin at that time. It would have been great to short at the top. It's sitting here, still in premium prices. If you wanted to find a short opportunity here, you could, but to me, it's not a good enough trade. I might be interested in this imbalance that's formed up here. I wouldn't take this trade, but I would watch for it for sure. So at the top of the Litecoin structure, we have 2 different areas that I can see. One is here, and I'm taking this particular trade, top of this candle, bottom of this candle, because I prefer bigger zones to work with myself. That's just what I like. And the top of this structure here, and take those top 2 candles. Those are my 2 zones that I'm interested in doing shorts for Litecoin. But for the price to even come up into there, I don't even think it could make it. Stranger things have happened. Bitcoin could pump briefly, pick up these, and then come all the way down. It could happen. For Litecoin though, I'm not interested in a trade unless we reach up there again, which I don't think we will. But until we reach down here and I have a trade planned at the bottom of the structure, and I'll show you why I've chosen this particular point and why it's also potentially a risky trade. We have a demand zone that was created by this bullish move up over here to the left. And this demand zone has been tapped into once, maybe twice. You might consider this one a tap, so maybe 3 times, definitely 4 times. We could see the price come deeper into this. I hope that we do, and really test the bottom of this and then skyrocket out. That would be fantastic. So that's what I'm planning on. That's what I'm waiting on. That's for Litecoin. That's why Litecoin is up the top of my list. The rest of these coins, I'm not doing anything. EOS, I was for a long time waiting for EOS to come into this zone, but I am not taking a trade on EOS right now. That would be a bad idea. Why? Because it's sitting in the bottom of its structure. It's sitting inside a massive demand zone. But Bitcoin has a ways to go down. Bitcoin could drop to here, or Bitcoin could drop to here. Either of those would spell disaster for EOS. We'd be looking at a brand new structure. Price is going to come down to about here, and it's going to form a new structure for us to look at. So EOS, that's a no-go zone for me. Same story for GMT. We are in a new structure already, so already GMT is not faring well. A we're at the bottom of the new structure too. So if Bitcoin drops, yeah, not looking good for GMT, unfortunately. For near, same story. Look how similar these prices all look. I mean, it does seem to me, and this is just a casual observation, a lot of these altcoins, the prices have dropped, hasn't had a big impact on Bitcoin. So maybe money is moving out of them and going into Bitcoin. And I say this because the DXY didn't jump up too high. If money was coming out of crypto in general, we'd see the DXY come up further, which I am fully expecting to happen anytime soon. As you can see here, I'm expecting GMT to come up. I have been over cautious with my predictions for the DXY, but I've been pretty close. So I do think we are at risk of Bitcoin hitting that bottom and bouncing, which would mean all these altcoins get brand new structures even further down. For sand, same story. Look how similar that looks. Chilies. This one's one to watch. Actually, I'm moving this one up. What I like about Chilies that I don't like about the other coins is Chili is in a similar zone to Bitcoin. It is going to come down with Bitcoin. But we have a bottom of a structure right here. So we're already in discounted prices. Oh, this is actually really cool. Moving it up to third. We are in discounted prices. We're almost at a point where we can do a long. What are we waiting for? We're waiting on a confirmation that the price has hit a bottom and is going to start ranging up. So that could come any day, depending on Bitcoin's next move. That's kind of exciting. I like that. A little bit of a kick in my step. Where do we get to? Do we get to near? I think we did near. Unify. Yuckity. Bottom of the structure already. Looks like it's going to break through. And even at a high time frame. Lower highs, lower lows. I mean, I'd love to... It's definitely short territory. It's just we don't short at discounted prices, right? We have to wait to see Unify come up if we're going to short it. So chill on Unify. Same for Link. Now I know I had a trade planned here. I did not execute this trade. This is a paper-only trade, and I would not execute this in my real life for sure. I had planned this for a long time. I was waiting for Link price to come down to here for me. What are we seeing? We're seeing a lower zone form within this demand zone. Not a great feel. If I was in this trade right now, I would be selling out for sure. Just like the other coins, price will break through this lower structure if Bitcoin breaks through. Goes lower, not breaks through. Bitcoin doesn't even need to break through. Just Bitcoin goes a bit lower, this price will break through. And if it breaks through, we're going to form a new structure down here. So I would be selling that. Gala, ugh, that is exactly what we're going to see in these other coins. Disgusting. I can probably clean this up now too. Disgusting. And I hope, if you're watching me, you can tell me now, did you take longs at the bottom and did your stops get taken? I hope you didn't. I hope you're starting to question, should I be taking this trade? What's Bitcoin going to do next? So we've looked at BNB. OP. Okay, so this line here, this one here, this was the middle of the range. This is 50%. Everything below this line here on OP, and this line was 0.95. Everything below that is a discount. Everything above that is a premium. OP is one that is kind of interesting. I'm going to pop it up a little bit too in my list. Why? Because it's bordering on 50%, but if for some reason OP has a bit of a push and it's a bit of a rally, this zone here would be great to take a short. It may come back up. It may test that. We may see it test that because it could still test that and fail and still give us an even high. So you could, and I would, and I am going to watch that space. So the next push up, if it comes from there, would give us a 2.92, close to a 3. Don't really want to reduce. I do want to reduce my stop loss. There we go. We can get 3.5 risk to reward ratio. That's pretty good. Pretty good there for OP. Price could come up. If Bitcoin does come up a tiny bit before it rallies down, which it could, we could test these higher prices here before coming back down for sure. It could pick up my OP. Stranger things have happened. Some people may be looking at this zone here. And yeah, I've seen people take similar trades on the lower time frame and actually win. I've seen that happen. I'm not interested in that. If the price comes up into this zone here, it could easily come up to the top there. Easily. It's too risky for me. It's not a solid enough place to put my trade. I'm after trades where I have an edge, not just trades that price could go to. I'm after trades that have an edge if the price gets them. Alright, so that was OP. We were looking at BNB, so we're after AVAX. Similar concept to a few of those other ones. Bottom of its structure. Normally I'd be all over this shit, but damn, that looks bad. That looks really bad when we compare that to Bitcoin. KNC. Oh, I love KNC. And it's formed a lovely structure here. I wish that I was ready to take a long on KNC. I wish. One of my favorite old coins. It's made me a lot of money. Sol. I mean, there's no volume here, Sol. What's going on? 694k traded. And we're just sitting here in this tiny little range. Might be interesting to watch if it does break through here and break through here. Maybe this zone down here is where we want to pick something up, but we'll see. ETC, yuckity yuckity yuck. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not so yuck. ETC. It's not the bottom of a structure yet. This is getting moved up. Under OP. I'm not willing to put a trade on, but it hasn't hit the bottom of the structure yet. It's got a little ways to go. If you can hold on, if you can even go up a little bit and then come down and test this zone here, I might be interested. I'm just going to match this up with Bitcoin and compare the two as they go, as the day goes on, as the night goes on. I'm going to see where it takes us because that looks almost promising. Okay, XRP. Similar thing for XRP, to be honest. I haven't seen XRP looking this good for a while. Not going to be in the zone for a short anytime soon. We've had even highs here and here, which means there are stops galore down here. We've even got more stops because we've hit this even low again. I said even highs, but really even lows. We've hit it again. So stops. There's lots of stops here. They're going to get taken out. And you can probably take this to there. It's going to give you a nice 5 risk to reward ratio, assuming that it hits that bottom when Bitcoin does. Yeah, I like this a lot. Let me just draw in my discount line, just so we know what we're talking about. Top of the structure, the bottom of the structure. Draw my 50% line. Yep, I'm liking XRP. I'm going to be taking close watch of XRP over the next day or so. That looks pretty cool. For the first time in a long time. Welcome back to the party. Ada. Ugh. Oh dear. I don't even need to draw this. I don't think it's going up. Ugh. I feel like I need to add on some sort of like funeral sound that we can just play some of these coins sometimes. Adam. Ugh. Yeah. No. Ape. Part of me doesn't want to trade in DGen coins, but at the same time, they've got volume. What do you guys ever trade in Dodge or Ape? We are in discounted prices. We've had even highs. Even highs here causing stops there. So price could come up above there, and you could take a short if it does, for some miraculous reason, come up and take those shorts. Stranger things have happened. Not yet? Yeah. I have done ape before. I haven't done dodge. I don't know. Something about dodge doesn't feel quite right. I have done ape in the past. But ape has an ecosystem, right? It's not just a altcoin. It has like a ecosystem, I think. Price could come up. Could take their stops. We could see a good short action here. It could happen. If it does, I'll be watching, because I would like that trade. Now, as for a short, I'll be watching this. It's not a great position to be in, because we are, like a lot of these coins, we're nearing the bottom of the structure, and Bitcoin isn't quite at the bottom yet. But it could hold on. It could definitely hold on. And we can get a 3.79 out of this without too much stress. And that's just at a 50% of the order block there. Pretty cool. All right, Ape, you're going up my list. All right. Did we look at DOT? Oh dear. Yeah, that's not looking great, DOT. That's really looking quite bad. There's not even any structure forming anymore. It's just free falling. I thought DOT was supposed to be a good coin. Would we short DOT? Not at this price. It's going to be hard to get a discounted price until we get a stronger structure form. At this point here, this was probably a good structure to short from. This structure here, you could have shorted from here. But it doesn't. The thing about DOT that I don't like at the moment is it's not following other altcoins. It's just going down. It's barely keeping up with Bitcoin. You could say overall this was an overall structure from there to there. You could say that. And this could be down here the start of a new structure. From here, you could say that's a new structure. It looks like one. We'll have to wait and see what forms. Okay, for theta. Similar concept. It's just falling. We had a strong structure here, which was great. I like seeing strong structures. Dipped below. That was a sign that things were going to go pear-shaped for theta. And fair enough. What I love about this is we have a trend line that formed here, right? And that would have made a lot of retail traders very, very happy. They'd be like, yeah, theta's going down. Let's short this all the way. And you know what they did when they shorted it? They created stops all down here. All down there. They put their stops. Just haphazardly putting their stops all over the place. Without a care in the world. Thinking the trend line means that trends are going to happen. And what did that mean? Well, when big bags holding theta wanted to change up, boom. Take all those stops. And then what happened? They dropped the price anyway. Arseholes. That's how this works. That's how it works. Bear with me, guys. I just got a phone call from the missus. I'm going to mute myself and answer. And I'm back. Had to answer that one, guys. Right? When your missus calls, you answer. So theta. I'll get rid of those drawings for now. These are the kind of things that you guys need to start thinking about when you're looking at these charts. As for what's happening now, we need to see this structure form, because we don't know where the bottom is, we don't know where the top is. VET looks like we have a new structure here that was already broken. You gotta wait and see. Axie. Oh damn, Axie. I wouldn't consider trading Axie myself. I just look at this for chart porn, really. And the reason why I look at it is because look at the manipulation that these Axie bag holders do. It's just, they're just taking money. I don't know if that means that the platform can't be trusted. I don't know if it means, I don't know what it means. It just is what it is. I'm not even going to put my trade there. I'm not interested in trading this, but just look at that manipulation. It is at the bottom, it is nearing the bottom of its structure. It hasn't formed a new low yet. If you are interested in trading on Axie, it could be almost time, depending on when you time this with Bitcoin, it could be time for a long. However, looking at this price, it's been falling for a while, so I'd be waiting for the price to come up to these areas here for a short. For Tron, yeah, well, that's new and interesting. Tron doesn't look like any of the other coins. We are in just below premium prices. I'd like to see Tron come up. And I know I had a trade planned here. I had a couple of trade plans here. I'd like to see Tron come up and take my trades for sure. Okay, what could happen here? Let's have a look. We've had higher low, higher high, lower low with an even low. Okay, so that's given us stops down here that will get picked up. So we're probably going to see lower prices at some point to pick these up. Oh, you could almost say these are evens, so it could be we have some stops here. I'm just going to make this screen a bit bigger so we can see it a bit clearer. There could be stops there. Just gonna get rid of my trade ideas. They didn't actually get put into the system. They were just ideas. Let me do a fib from the top to the bottom. Okay. Now that lines up nicely. That is where I'd be interested in taking a trade. Between the 60 and 70% zone. Above these stops right here. Bearing in mind, we also have stops right here. But I don't think we're going to see the bullish power to come up and take those stops. We might not even see the bullish power to come and take my trade. We could potentially take this trade here. If I really, really, really wanted to be in a trade. If I was desperately wanting to be in a trade. This might be one of the few ones that I'd almost jump in on. Alright, let's plan these out. So we do a long, we do a short. What am I talking about long? We do a short from here. Can we get targeting there? And we have to go higher to get my 3. Okay, we can get a 3 at the bottom of this structure here. It's possible. And maybe another shot at the top here. Wait. So a trade like this first one here, this is a trade I'd actually put in the system. Because if the price does come up here, it's going to come up here really quickly. It's going to test that and drop. It's congruent with my Bitcoin bias because it's at the top of its structure. And my bias on Bitcoin is bearish. It's congruent, and we could easily take this one down here for a 4. There's plenty of room at the top there. 4.5. Yep. Cool. And with these ones, This is just take profit 1. Your full take profit zone could be down here. And if you're really patient, which I'm not really, but I'd love to be, even down here. We're at the top of the structure. So, hell, even go to the bottom as your take profit 2. If you're willing to wait, which I'm really not usually. All right, I like that. I like it. So TRX, I'm going to put that in the system. I don't know if I've traded TRX before. I'm about to find out. Doesn't look like it. Okay. 25 order price will be that. Profit level. I'm gonna do a cost. Yeah, order by cost. We'll try $50. Sell my short, take profit. Not a great profit on this one, but can't be too greedy on profit prices. It can be greedy on entry prices. I'm just going to sneeze, so I need to pause you guys. Hold 1 sec. There we go. Now, let me just confirm. Is this the best trade I can get? Can I get a better ratio than this? I could get ultra greedy. Could test my luck and get a 3.3. I don't want to tighten that stop anymore. Yeah, I might do that. I'll be a little bit more greedy with my entry price. Okay, my profit will be $50, and my loss, I can then make my order cost a bit higher. Because I'm targeting, according to my spreadsheet, where is my spreadsheet? I can spend $17.28 as my risk. If you're wondering how I got that, I've got a spreadsheet that tells me exactly how much I can risk based on my position sizes. So $17 and what was it? $17.28 is my current risk size. All right, that's it. And we're going to open that short. So I've got currently 2 trades in the system, a Bitcoin short that I'm probably not going to get triggered, and I've got my 2 Bitcoin longs already planned. The short for Bitcoin that I have in the system is, I think, this one right here for 17,679. Now I do want to say, if you guys do take my trades, that's your risk. You can't see what I'm doing in the background. You can't see when I take my trades off. So I'm not here to advise you on what to do. I'm just here to show you what I do. And just because I win or lose doesn't mean you're going to win or lose. You can make different decisions to me. And each decision can make a huge difference to whether or not you win or succeed on that trade. Alright. So, yeah, just wanted to say that. This is not a financial advice stream. Just showing you what trades I make. And if I lose and you're in my trade, well, I'm sorry. Having said that, I'm only targeting like a 60% win rate. I only need 60% because I'm targeting these trades at 3 to 1 risk to reward ratios. If I get above 50%, I make profit. And using this trading style so far this month, what am I on? Well, this last 2 weeks. 6 wins, 4 losses, 3 break-evens. That's well above 60%. Well above it. I won't do my full stats until I get way more trades, because it's just too early to tell. Alright, so that's TRX. And TRX is going to move up to the very top of my list. Now, before that trade gets triggered in, let's go over my rules. Let's make sure it fits my rules. Alright. Rule number 1, taking shorts at premium prices and longs at discounted prices. Well, that price is above the discounted price line. It's above the premium price line, so it's a premium price. Rule number 1 satisfied. Rule number 2, never trade at 50% of the Bitcoin range. Okay, if the price comes above here and Bitcoin enters above, well, it's still going to be below the 50% line. So we're still good there. Rule number 3, must target the next order block and be able to get a 3-to-1. And targeting the next order block down, assuming we'll leave an order block behind if we have a nice big rally up, we can still get a 3.39 risk to reward ratio there. So that is satisfied. Rule number 4, stop loss is 25% of the order block. Set to where my bias is wrong. Yeah, it is. If it comes up through there, well, it's going to come up to here. So rule number 4 is satisfied. Rule number 5, don't go against the Bitcoin bias. My bias on Bitcoin, bearish. Even though Bitcoin could come up, which I'm counting on to enter this trade. Even if Bitcoin does come up, I'm still bearish. This is a bearish structure. We have not made new highs. We have made new low lows. And it's looking like we're going to come back down to test the lower half of this structure. It's bearish. All right. Satisfies all my 5 rules. Both these trades do. TRX, thank you very much. And looking at ALG, similar to a lot of those other coins, it's not looking great for ALG. Not really a structure that I'd like to take a trade on until we get some more structure. All right, guys, that's it from me today. Those are my trade ideas. Let me know if you got any coins you want me to look at. Let me know if you got any questions. I'm always here to help. You can catch me on the Discord channel for Onyx, and if not, you can message me here on the chat, and I'll respond. But for me today, that is all, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Take it easy.